I have earlier cut out this Michelle's pattern. Yes, Emma. Okay, Emma. Thank you, Emma. Yep. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, can I carry on talking to everybody, please? Right, so M7909, and go around Emma. I decided to kind of skip the part of tracing on to the Swedish paper. Really, Emma? Okay, so as Emma is modelling, under her is some mock-up fabric, and all I did was trace directly from the pattern onto this very inexpensive thrifted lightweight cotton fabric. Really, Emma? Do you want attention or something? You're really not helping. Yeah, so I am going to attempt to sew some of this up this evening, and yeah, see how I get on with that. So if any of you guys have made this pattern, oh yeah, the view of course is view C. Stop nudging the camera, stop it already. Look, butter would not melt in her mouth, would it? Yes, so view C there, and yeah, that one. Yeah, kind of not into the frills or anything there, or the long sleeve. I think by adding those long sleeve it kind of takes the emphasis away from the design details there. I like that style. So yeah, right, I'm going to attempt to do a little bit of sewing, but this one, I don't know. I don't think it's going to let me, do you? And now, yeah, coming on with the mock-up, so I swapped out Emma, and now Lucy has just come onto the sewing cutting table. I mean, really, I think these little kitties are trying to tell me something. Really need to teach these guys to actually do a little bit of stitching. Righto, so I have now completed putting together all the bodies there, and also completed stitching all the pants together. So this pattern has darts in the front and back, has pockets, and yeah, I'm going to call it quits tonight. It's now 10 PM, and yeah, pretty happy with the fit so far. I have not altered the fit at all. I want to kind of just, for once actually, give this pattern a go as is, on the size that it kind of recommends for my body measurements, and I always have to lower the crotch depth anyway, and I will do that. And on this it's only going to be an inch, so that's good. And yeah, maybe I need to kind of tweak some of the bodies, maybe just make the midriff a little bit longer, because my torso's a little bit longer than the pattern kind of suggests for their body block measurements. Yeah, because I'm pretty tall, I'm about 5'11"-ish, give or take. It depends if I kind of slump or stand straight, you know how it is. Yeah, so I think I'm going to concentrate on doing a little bit more tomorrow. Okay, so attempting to fold and put my clean laundry away, and Pretty is not letting me. He's not the only one. No. Then we have Honeycomb, and then we have Lucy. Yeah, I mean, really. And now these two, Tiger and Honeycomb, have come in. I guess you guys are going to jump up as well, yeah? Right, I have just pinned the bodies to the pants there, and yeah, straight away I kind of got a little couple of wings going on here, and I'll either have to put darts in or just amend the pattern there. Yeah, so there's kind of quite a bit of wings going on there, and also there the shoulders on both sides are a little bit, the seam is more forward, so I'm going to have to make an adjustment there. I have just put a little bit of fabric there for modesty, otherwise you'd see my bra. And yeah, so this is a very deep V, so I'm going to have to also kind of reconfigure that as well, and perhaps just bring that in a little bit. I don't mind it too low, but this is, yeah, this is scandalous low. And yeah, now I've actually attached the bodies to the pants. There was me saying I need to add an inch for the crotch depth on the pants. Actually, I am probably going to do about 1.5. And yeah, so apart from those modifications, yeah, pretty happy overall. Just going to have to tweak here, tweak there, and tweak down there. I know, so kind of this area in the main bathroom kind of had to be boxed in, and that's now been completed. However, some of the tiles actually had to be removed, so I am just finishing off. This job just seems to be taking like forever, and yeah, I'm really starting to get a little bit ticked off of it. So that bottom little tile down there I just cut. I literally just cut a little one there. Over on this side, the very bottom one I have cut, and thankfully just a regular size one above it, and yeah, just have a little bit of scotch tape there just to hold that in place. This is the tiny little square, so it's just under 1 inch by inch, and yeah, so that will go in that little corner. Then under the sink here, you see that tiny little bit of tile there. I actually had to find a little bit of scrap tile and by hand snip it to that shape. And yeah, that was a little bit of a nightmare to do that, but yeah, so this is one of those little annoying jobs that is now almost complete. But this tiling of this bathroom just feels like it's taken a whole bunch of time. And yeah, what with obviously my medical issues and my body just not really working, and then having these annoying little bits to do, I kind of left it for a while. Yeah, but today I was like, no, gotta be done. There we go, I've now just inserted that little tiny square of a tile and just let that sit, and then just fill the grout in the gaps there. Oh, there's Abby. Not entirely sure if Albie actually has a little bit of a damaged leg, because I noticed the other day he was kind of hopping around on one leg. Righto, it is a little bit later in the day, it's 10:04, and yeah, had a guy to come around just to check the handles on the windows, because in 3 rooms the handles are, yeah, let's just say they do not really work properly. Anyway, I am now currently going to cut out in the main fabric, as you can see there. And some of you guys might recognise that fabric, because it is currently to do with one of my Make 9 projects, as is this pattern. And yeah, so I have got the quick unpick out, seam ripped, only kind of what I needed, because obviously when you are laying your pattern pieces, obviously you only need one of those pieces, and then obviously it dictates what it asks you to do, cut 1, cut 2, cut 4, whatever. So yeah, I have just half my muck up, and yeah, the other half is obviously, as you can see, starting to lay out here. The other pieces are there. Also, a good thing about this is if you kind of use fabric as your pieces instead of paper, then you kind of do not always have to necessarily pin and or use little pattern weights, because kind of fabric sticks to fabric, and there's a whole bunch less of it having to move around. So yeah, a little tip there, but also it's personal choice. Some people like to pin no matter what and or use pattern weights. Yeah, so I am now going to cut all this out. Okay, so it is now a few minutes after 5 o'clock at night, and yeah, just going to start making tea and dinner. So I have cut out all the main fabric, so all the outer main fabric, and also it requires lining for the body, so I have used the same fabric. Also, I do actually need to cut out also some inner facing, and right now, I think I've had enough cutting out, and kind of, yeah, everything hurts at the moment, so yeah, let's see how I feel after dinner. But yeah, so there's quite a bit of fabric pieces there, because obviously it's like duplicates, and yeah, I actually got some fabric left over, and I'm thinking me a little cushion or something. Yeah, so okay, yeah, so that is it. All that is cut out, and like I said, just got to do the inner facing. It's really strange because it kind of asks for contrast as well as lining, as well as main fabric, as well as inner facing, and it's like, no, I'm just going to do 3 out of those 4 things. So yeah, that's me already. Hello, you may not look like it, but yep, all these little pieces have all now had their inner facing stitched. What the heck am I on about? Pressed on even. Yay, go me. Yeah, so I may do a little bit of actual sewing, I do not know. Got a bit of music playing in the background, and yeah, I might do a little bit before I feed the kitty cats as they're starting to get restless. So they got a few minutes yet, so yeah, I might just put a few pieces together and see how I get on. At the moment, I just cannot win with noise. I do not know what's going on. Okay, so I am going to attempt to speak to. Yeah, so it's just after midday, and yeah, fantastic sunshine as always, and kind of tease my friend because they just live like a couple of kilometres down the road and they always get rain. Just that the tiny speck of planet Earth that I currently reside in always seems to have wonderful sunshine. I know, right? Anyway, yeah, tea and I are okay. Tea is always fantastic. I've had a few days a little bit kind of up and down, as you would have seen so far that I have started sewing that jumpsuit, and last night I went to where I usually go Friday mornings and went Wednesday evening, and yeah, pretty much completed it. I just actually need to attach the bodies to the pants, and I was kind of configuring and sewing up the lining, and the interfacing that I used was just a little bit more structured than I thought, so I might actually use that lining, because it's the same fabric as the main fabric. I may use that for something else and use lining inside the jumpsuit, but use different lining. Yeah, so instead of the self fabric, and yeah, so I've got a few ideas kind of going around in my straw brain. Yeah, so kind of doing a little bit more decorating. It just seems to be taking forever, especially the bathroom, and hopefully if I feel like I'll continue with that. And yeah, because it is my friend's house, and although they've kind of not really been saying too much to kind of get a rocket up my hiney, I'm sure they're kind of thinking that, and yeah, kind of need to get things moving along there. Yeah, in the garden is an absolute hive of activity. The little black bird that I have named Alvy because half of the bird is albino and the rest is brown, but yes, was kind of configuring to start off with if he was a female, but actually I believe he is more a male. Yeah, so not very interesting. And my plants and everything are coming along really well, growing really well, I think, because what little bit of rain there was, but plenty of sunshine. I think everything kind of feels a little bit better when the sun is shining. Not always me though, because anything above freezing, yeah, my body just does not like it. Told you guys, my thermostat is just crazy. I have not seen the ducks today, which is a little bit unusual. Mama has not been here for a couple of days, so I wonder if there are imminent eggs and or chicks. You never know. Or unless Papa is straying, maybe. Who knows? But let's not get in a flap about that. Also, Thursdays is usually the day that the Pink Ladies get together and do a Zoom, and it feels really strange. There will be no Zoom this evening. So yes, us chipmunk ladies, chipmunks, because when we're sped up we speak really quickly and it reminds us of being chipmunks. So yeah, very, very strange. So maybe I might get a little bit of sewing achieved this evening instead of that hour and 20 minutes with the Pink Ladies, lovely ladies. And yeah, Andrea from Beyond the Pink Door, who obviously schedules the Zooms for us, is taking a little bit of a break. Very well deserved, Andrea, if you're watching, and hope you and Kiris are having a good time whenever you're up to. And yeah, for you guys that have not checked out their fabrics, yes, seriously, they fly off the shelf. I do not think sometimes Andrea actually even puts them on the shelf after the Sunday lives because they're just gone. Also, I have been a little bit naughty. I have. It's not fabric. Promise you guys, it's not fabric. Would you like to see what it is? Yeah, really excited. I caved. When I kind of first saw the pattern when it came out, I was like, nah, not really. However, after I saw Liz's version, her colour blocked lilac dress, I absolutely fell in love with it. It's absolutely adorable. So Liz is from the baker that sews, and also Andrea has put some delicious gingham fabrics on her site, and I'm thinking of a colour blocked gingham lyra dress as well as a plain blocked lyra dress as well. Yeah, so I caved, I melted, so I kind of need one of those in my closet. Yep, so I thought I'd just come on quickly and catch up with you guys, and depending if TE does the editing for me today will depend if I film anything for you guys tomorrow. And yeah, so Friday morning I go out to where I go, and yeah, kind of only really do sort of still shots of kind of what I'm having a sneak peek of what I'm sewing. And then T usually does the editing after that, and then sometimes obviously the video goes up kind of a little bit later, so if we edit today, at least then tomorrow it can actually go up a little bit earlier. Oh my goodness, the neighbour is coming out, so hang on. You never know, video may go up a little bit earlier, but also sometimes I always carry the camera around with me anyway, because you never know what happened. You know, something miraculously wonderful, astonishing might happen, and hopefully I'd like to catch it on camera. I don't think those days happen very often, do they? Anyway, catch you in a bit. Also, you guys are getting a little sneak peek of something that I have now completed. And yeah, this fabric, which I previously said before, was in last year's Sew Hayley Jane box. And yeah, so hopefully at some point I will be making a makes video. Yep, so you guys, although you had a very sneak peek, you actually then did actually get to see kind of what this make is, but in the other fabric, and that was on last week's Friday Sews. And yeah, that was the shirt dress. So this is another shirt dress, and yeah, so this is all you're going to see so far of this. And yeah, pretty happy about it. And there's also a little bit of a issue with it as well. I will talk about that in my makes video. Yeah, so this is the pattern that I'm working on, the Macars M7909, and it's a view C. Of course it's view C, always seems to be view C. I have no idea why. That is never planned. Righto, so the bodices, as you can see here, so this one is just sewn together as is, no lining, no interfacing. This one is the one that has interfacing, and yeah, unfortunately the interfacing just seemed to be just a little bit too heavy for my liking, and therefore it's a little bit more rigid now, this body. So if I put the two together, it's going to be, yeah, a little bit too kind of structured for kind of, you know, the jumpsuit that it is. And yeah, so what I am going to do is keep this as is, probably use regular lining, even though that's probably a little bit hard and sticky. If not, I'll go through my fabric collection and see if I have something really light, pretty much as light as this, if not lighter, in a carton. And this one I think I'm going to keep as is and probably just put regular lining on that, because obviously now it's been interfaced, it's a little bit kind of unattractive. And yeah, although this, yeah, kind of may be considered a little bit of time wasting, however it's a little bit of a happy accident, because now what I am thinking is maybe doing a little bit of colour block with this pattern. So this would then be the top, and then I decide on using a contrast fabric. Now either maybe just a plain blue, not too dissimilar to the blue here, or something completely different, or even go for a white. And yeah, I think then the two would then complement each other. And yeah, so the bodice, I do not know if I will actually now interface this. I think I will actually just line it with no interfacing. So, and then all that needs to do is then get attached to the pants. The pants are pretty much complete. It has a little pocket there, and yeah, so I have serged the raw edge on the hem, and yeah, just probably double fold that and stitch along there, and those pants are good to go. And then all I need to do is, yeah, either line the bodice, not either, I will line the bodice, attach that to the pants, and then of course it's time for the dreaded zipper. Yep, so the zipper is going to be installed right at the last moment, because I do not want to do that right now. I'm going to choose out a colour for the lining for the bodies. I am going to hem the pants, and then I will do the zipper. And yeah, hopefully it'll be good to go, and then that will go on a makes video. I wasn't actually going to say, came outside because it's really quiet and someone's cutting their lawn. Will depend if I film anything on Friday mornings. Apart from going out to an absolute hive of activity. The little black bear that gave me a sneak peek of what I'm sewing. And then